29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0.
Well, we haven't done it this way for a while. So I wanted to do it this way because using the giveaway tool is so much easier than trying to do things from my phone. So I do have 2 giveaways we're doing today. One of them is the Coffee Brand Coffee sponsored giveaway. So I don't know what you will win from Coffee Brand Coffee if you do, but you will get something amazing because all of their coffee is great. And the fact is they are not even sending me the item. I am going to pick the winner. The winner will have to send me their email address. I'm sorry, their address. I provide that to Coffee Brand Coffee, and they're going to ship you an item, I believe. So I am currently drinking a cup of their blackberries and cream, which is, I think, now my favorite that they make. It's great. Just remember, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine. I don't know if I will have guests. I did send out an invitation to a handful of my other friends. Jim Skelton is not going to be able to participate because he was busy, but I did invite Alex Steingraber from Steingraber Performance Knives and Jacob Ginsberg from Jacob Creates. So I don't know. It depends on their schedule. I just left it out as a like an open invitation. But we are doing 2 giveaways. And you have to be a subscriber to win. So all you have to do is subscribe because you can't drop a comment if you're not a subscriber. You have to be able to drop a comment. We have the CJRB kicker. Hang on a second. So a lot of people have asked about the recoil lock and stuff like that. This is the CJRB kicker with the recoil lock. This was new in box. This was sent to me for the purpose of a giveaway. By one of my generous subscribers. It is the kicker done by CJRB. So this is actually a pretty cool knife. It's got their own take on the, what do you call it? The axis lock. It's kind of a different style axis lock. So we'll look at that first. But the first thing we are giving away will be the coffee. And like I said, you got to be a subscriber to win. And it's like $24 worth of coffee at a minimum. Some of their stuff is so good. I love their French toast and stuff like that, but I will have to do a little bit of a shout out for Coffee Brand Coffee. But we are going to share a screen here, giveaway tool. The hashtag to win the Coffee Brand Coffee giveaway is wired. Because why not? I drink so much coffee. I'm always wired. So if you are a subscriber, you can drop a comment, type in hashtag all caps wired, and it automatically enters you into the giveaway. We've got 2 people entered. So when I do it, like I said, here's how it's going to work. I have an email address. If Will B could post up my email address for me, he does it pretty quickly. Gunmonkey 1974. What's going to happen is you guys that are entered, you have to be here to claim your prize. Well, then send me an email to gunmonkey1974@gmail.com and with a screenshot of your of you inside your YouTube page. So that it's not just like, oh, hey, I'm the guy that won. I've got to have a little bit of proof. So, and if somebody wins and they don't drink coffee but prefers tea, I will pass that information along when I provide the address. Like if Bubbles wins, I'm absolutely going to tell them that he wants tea, not coffee, because he doesn't drink coffee. But Coffee Brand Coffee has been an awesome sponsor, so I'm going to give you guys a little plug for Coffee Brand Coffee. Sorry, you got to deal with it. They have been amazing to support the channel. They reached out to me about sponsoring the channel. The owner of the company did ask me if I wanted to apply for it. I applied for it. They have been great. They do milestone payments. They have like a contest thing going where like to incentivize sales. They have reached out a few times and asked if we wanted to send raw footage for them to edit into a professional advertisement, and talking about our channels and things like that. So absolutely one of the best companies out there. And I've seen a bunch of stuff. I try not to talk about too much political stuff. 2A Dave and I were talking about it. There's so many things that are happening right now that I just absolutely don't agree with. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just not giving companies my money if they're going to use it against me. Like, I'm not going to support companies that support 2A or that don't support 2A or like, I would prefer to have a company just be neutral. Like, they don't give money either way. I don't agree with a lot of things that are happening today in the culture war. So I'm trying to find companies that don't take a part in it. Like, their money just goes back into the business, and Coffee Brand Coffee is absolutely one of them. So that is Tempered Trail over here is also a sponsor. They share the same coupon code, both of these. It's Crazy Sharp, all one word, capital C, capital S, Crazy Sharp. So it's it's actually really cool. So you can do it. But right now for Father's Day boxes, Coffee Brand Coffee, here it's backwards, is offering 10% off with my coupon code on their Father's Day gift boxes. But like I said, pardon me, the giveaway to get the Coffee Brand Coffee, the hashtag is hashtag all caps wired. So they also have on their Discord, they use Discord. They've been communicating, and I've talked with some of the other creators. We might do some collaboration. There's one streamer, she and I talked about doing collaboration. I know she's really busy. So we talked about her picking knives from video games and then me trying to find the real world analogs and then discussing whether they were functional knives or not. But, you know, everybody in that space is busy. So I'm looking here. What's everyone got in pocket? I got a couple really cool things in my pocket today. I have the Production Warentac, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like I said, guys, right now there are, how many people are? There are only 11 entries in the giveaway right now. You've got to hashtag wired, all caps, to enter into the giveaway. So yeah, no, like I was saying is this thing is absolutely an incredibly good cutting knife. This thing is just nuts how much cardboard you can scream through with this thing. This is the Warentac. We're going to watch a video here a little bit later. I've got my cord set up so that we can do it. And I don't know what they're giving. I don't know what they're giving away. The 8010 in your pocket today, but this is the Warentac from PrecisionKnifeWorksUSA.com. He's got a video up we're going to watch. He's got a video up we're going to watch of him doing the after grinds, the aftermarket grinds on these. So this comes at point, here, let me get that out of the way. This comes at 0.018 behind the edge from the factory. QSP did a really, really good job grinding this like nuts thin behind the edge on that hollow. And then he's taking some of them and grinding them down to 0.010 or 0.009 behind the edge. That is ridiculously thin. That is a ridiculously thin knife. And then the other thing I've got in my pocket is something I have to, you guys are going to see the first day in pockets next week or the week after. I'm not sure which. I'm not sure which it's going to be. But before we go any further, if you want to enter the giveaway, it is hashtag wired, all caps, hashtag wired. Coffee Brand Coffee, channel sponsor, is sponsoring the giveaway, and they're going to just send you a bag of coffee. Do I have any K390? I did, and I got rid of it. It wasn't, it wasn't a knife I liked. I don't think I even did a video of it. But the steel was great. It sharpened up knife. I just wasn't a fan of the knife. I can't even remember what knife it was. But this is the other one that's in my pocket. This is the QSP Pangolin. And I know you guys remember we had I'm trying to see what everybody else has in pockets. He has the Beg Letter XL and the SRK Compact. He sent me a picture of that earlier. I'm not even going to try and read all your shit. Look, Will B's got a bunch of stuff in his pocket. Will B wears cargo pocket. Will B's pajamas are cargo pants. Has to be. It's Saturday. He's at home. He's sitting around in his track pants and shit. And he's still got all that in his pocket. I can't say anything. Track pants. I'll still have like 3 knives in my pocket. Stainless Ganzo and a proponent. Would I like a K390 Endella? I'm not saying I want you to get one for me, but I would love to see one because guess what? I never have seen an Endella. And it's in that Spyderco Endura family that I like. So if you've got one you want to send me to see, that's fine. I'm not saying buy me one. If you do, I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm not telling you to. Any rate, this is the QSP Pangolin, and I said it in the first day in pockets video I did about this. I get so many knives in that a lot of times, like some of the more budget knives, I'm just not like, it takes a lot to like really get my attention. And so during the unboxing, I was just kind of meh on this knife. This is a $45 knife. And I put up a short about this yesterday with a purchase link to it. I haven't gotten to it, Arrowhead. I'm trying to get this out of the way. I put this in my pocket for the first day in pockets carry yesterday. And I was like, how was I that wrong? I put this in my pocket within 3 minutes. I was like, holy crap, that feels good. This is pushing other knives out of my pocket. This is staying. I'm keeping this. So let's see here. You are carrying the Crew Carta PM2, the old prison wallet, because it just got out of the shower. Hey, a shower knife is a very hard choice to make. Ooh, the blacked out Echo. I have a blacked out Echo. I was going to do that as a giveaway. I'm keeping it. I apologize. One of those knives was going to be a general subscriber giveaway, and one of them was going to be a giveaway to the members, and now there's only going to be a giveaway to the members because I'm keeping the all black Echo for myself. But don't worry, I got plenty of stuff to give away, and we will start doing some evening live feeds occasionally, Dylan, to give. Jay has got, I'm not going to try and protect, Corsicaden has got the Spyderco Smock in pocket. I'm trying to find my phone, trying to see if these guys are going to show up. I do know that for Alex, it's afternoon, and it's not a big, but back to reminder to enter the giveaway for the coffee brand coffee, which is the first giveaway we're doing, is Wired, #Wired, all one word. We'll do that here just in a little bit. There's 19 people here. But I am still giving away the CGRB Kicker, new inbox, to one of the subscribers a little bit later. And like I said, the way it's going to work, if you get picked, you got 2 minutes to Roger up in the comments section and let me know you're here. And then send me because I'm not gonna like, oh, well, they never sent me the email. I'm not just gonna rely on, oh yeah, I'm gonna trust. Nope. I don't care who it is, even if it's a paying member. I don't want to have to do a redraw. So if you don't Roger up, we'll do the drawing. If you don't Roger up in the comments within 2 minutes, you will forfeit and I'll redraw. So let's see here. K390. Let's see here. I don't like the Caribbean. Shower knife. I actually had a conversation with somebody. I have a shower knife, and it's got to be something. Here's the thing. You've got to make a good, this would not be a good shower knife. A shower knife is a definite thing that you have to think about real hard. It's got to be really stainless. You want handles, probably not wood. You definitely don't want steel bearings. You want something that like is easy to dry out, really nice and so you can set it on the you want something nice and thin that will sit up on its spine. Like this wouldn't sit it'd rock where in your soap dish in the corner. You don't want that to like rock around, but you definitely want to have your shower knife picked out, because if you don't have your shower knife picked out, you just throw any knife in your pocket or in the shower, like in there, you're gonna wind up with a rusty thing. And if it's a liner lock, a lot of times liner locks, the steel liners aren't as stainless as a thing. So like definitely want titanium, definitely want ceramic, probably not wood. There's a lot of things that go into that. Are they stainless steel screws? Stainless steel still does rust. All those things have to, is it a tool steel that's gonna rust? Definitely don't want D2. So many things that have to go into your head when you think about what your shower knife is gonna be. Are you at the show? Man, I don't know why you're here. You should be at the show, enjoying the show. Stainless steel Mora. The stainless steel Moras are good. They do a good job on their stainless. The nice thing about a Mora is either way you go, they're good. They're always going to come sharp. I've not seen a bad Mora. Carrying a sea snake. You don't play with them in a shower. They're just there, because like, have you ever watched the movie Psycho? Like, I don't want to be in that situation where somebody comes in the shower and I'm not prepared. Because you know what's scarier than a 6'3" naked guy or 6'3" bearded man coming at you with a knife? A 6'3" naked wet man coming at you with a knife. You're gonna be like, oh, I have backed the wrong pony. Maybe a scuba knife. Yeah, see, fixed blades are an issue then too, because then like the additional effort of like if the sheath gets slippery because you got soap on your hands or you got conditioner. I just want something I can grab and like preferably thumb stud or reverse flick. Something that's easy to deploy. Something that's got a good bit of traction. My Norseman wouldn't be a good choice for that. It's slick. It's got slick scales. So, but yeah, giveaway for the Coffee Brand Coffee to enter is what? #wired, all one word, all caps, #wired. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Then you wind up with like soap getting stuck in moving parts. That's a lot bigger thing, that's you just start running into issues when you're talking about a pew pew for the shower. If I was gonna do it though, it would be my 1911. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's all stainless, very, very, very reliable, something like that. If you're in the shower with the knife, you are that scenario. Psycho. My dad had a pooping pistol. My dad, I went home one time and I was looking for something. I was in the upstairs bathroom at our house. I was in the second story bathroom, which was my mother didn't use it. It was basically my dad's bathroom. It was the master bathroom for the master bedroom. And then everybody else used the big bathroom downstairs. And I walked in one time and I was looking for a brush or a comb, and I opened this small little drawer right next to the shitter, right next to the toilet. And I open it and there's a little 32 caliber over under Derringer. And I was like, Dad, why is this there? And he goes, well, that's the pooping pistol. And I was like, the what? He goes, the pooping pistol. He's like, there's no more vulnerable position to be in than around, sitting down with your pants around your ankles and somebody walks into your house and comes into your bathroom. He's like, you know how vulnerable you are? He's like, I keep it right there in a drawer. He's like, it's right there. And I mean, it literally was like, you had the toilet was like just wide enough for the toilet to be in there and a person. And then the drawer was right there, like up against the end. It was one of them little square drawers. And he's like, just pull it out. It's right there. And I was like, your pooping pistol. He goes, yeah. He's like, oh, look, I screwed a holster under my spot at the kitchen table while I'm doing. My dad was a cop, by the way, just so you guys have this in your mind. This is the way my dad's brain worked. Since we are coming up on Father's Day, a little father story. He had screwed a holster. This was for those magnetic holster things. He had screwed a holster under his spot at the kitchen table, which faced the front door. And then on his left would be the side door. And I was like, he's like, somebody kicks in the door and I'm doing a crossword puzzle in my pajamas. He goes, I got my little, and he had a little, he had a, little- he had a little 30, he had a little 38 5-shot Colt that he had in a holster that he had screwed the holster to the underside of the underside of the table. You couldn't go 2 steps in that house without being right. Like you were never 2 steps away from a loaded firearm. So yes, Coffee Brand Coffee is sponsoring this giveaway that we're doing today. We're going to do that in about, I figure, what do you figure? Well, here's the thing. You know what? You guys say that. I grew up from the time I could walk. There was never a spot where you were not next to a loaded firearm. And guess what? I never did anything dumb because I was taught. That's the problem, is people just don't teach their kids fundamental safety rules and things like that about with having firearms in a home are easy. My daughter knows. I taught my daughter as soon as she could recognize that she wasn't to touch that. Never once was there an issue. Ever. So I think a lot of this 2A bullshit just goes back to people are too lazy to actually take a vested interest in disciplining their children. So at any rate, Coffee Brand Coffee is sponsoring this giveaway that we're doing right now. We're going to do it we'll do it at the 30-minute mark, but I also have another giveaway we're going to do a little bit later, which is an actual knife. So you got to stick around. So you do have to be present to win. You do have to respond to knowing. You have to respond that you recognize it, and then you have to send an email to my email address, which is gunmonkey1974@gmail.com, with an image of you behind, showing me inside your YouTube page so that I can verify it's you. Because I have had people claim items that they won wrongly. Like, oh, hey, I won. I'm this guy. Got to be able to prove it. Well, I mean, my dad was a cop and he was a corrections officer, and there was a lot of people in the county that absolutely did not like my father. You know why? Because he treated them like adults and expected them to take responsibility for actions, and he treated them as if they were being punished. If you're in jail, you're being punished. He did not. He did not treat them as a go like, oh well, I know you're here, so you can do whatever you want. No, they had to follow the rules, and a lot of criminals don't like following rules. And if you were in my father's jail, you didn't like following rules, you were gonna have a hard time. Trust me, I lived with him. Well, I mean, loaded, yes, of course, loaded. The most dangerous thing you could have is an unloaded gun. So, but yeah, #wired is the entry into the Coffee Brand Coffee giveaway. I'll tell you right now, if they send you the blackberries and cream coffee, you are going to be, I would say, like, I'm going to recommend that's what they give away, because that is, I love the French toast coffee that they make, but I also I got some of the blackberries and cream, and I gotta tell you, it's fucking delicious. I think it's better. Like at first, I was like, yeah, it's second. It's second to the French toast. And since I have both here, I was like, I had a cup of it. I had a cup of the French toast, and I had a cup of this, and I'm like, yeah, blackberries and cream is way better. I hate to admit it. Yeah, one in the chamber, hot. You gotta freaking like. I don't want to have to fuck around at all when someone kicks in my door. This is the thing that I have to do that sucks about being on YouTube, because I'm going to tell you right now, I already know, I can see it. YouTube is a yellow dollar signing of death, my current live feed. So that means that I won't make zero money on this. So if you can drop super chats, do. If not, I mean, I'm not asking you to, I'm just saying, if you can, that would be cool. All of us YouTubers appreciate it. What I really would like you guys to do is join the membership. If you guys can join the memberships, you get benefits. I'm giving away some stuff on the Gilded server probably later here in the next week or two. That is really good. I've got a couple really cool things I'm giving away, like a CJRB Echo and a CJRB Riff and a CJRB Titanium Pyrite. Those are things I'm giving away. Why are they demonetizing you? No clue. I don't know. Every one of my live feeds, I know why, because they can keep the ad revenue. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it. What they can do is they can take the ad revenue, even though they're running ads on it. So, oh, well, we ran restricted ads. They're still running the ads, and they can take the money, and they do that a lot. And then, so what'll happen is I'll request a review, and then after like a week, when no one's going to watch this live feed ever again, that's when they're like, oh no, we determined it was advertiser friendly. I'm like, they run the same ads. It doesn't matter. So I don't know if you guys know this. YouTube is fucking creators. So if you join the membership, every one of the members has access to my Gilded server. And Charles, I think you already were a member, so you probably never got removed from the Gilded server, which I'm really horrible about. So what happens is that everybody has access to the Gilded server, and we all goof off and we have fun. There's always something going on there. We did movie night last night. We watched Slapshot with paying members. And then the baseline and premium guys, the second and premium tier, like the medium and premium tiers, they're entered into the giveaways, and the premium guys have access to the sharpening tutorial series that I did here on YouTube. And I got some super chats. Holy crap. Where'd I put it? Ooh, we got to be quiet. How about, I got a better idea. The dog is sleeping, and I don't want to wake him up. How about we do this? It's not how I usually like to do it, but we're just going to go with. So, Will B says, suck it, Mike, and F YouTube. And then Dave says, fucking YouTube. Shake my head. Thanks, Mike. Now checking out the Indians. Oh, yeah, the Indian Roadster. Oh my goodness, it's good. My sense is nice. Old school hockey. The brothers were great. Okay, so now I'm going to give everybody, I'm going to go check on the dog real quick. I'm going to give everybody a quick moment to go ahead and put in hashtag wired. That is the giveaway. Cable Guy, new member. Awesome. I haven't updated a lot of things lately. So that is for the coffee brand coffee giveaway. I'm going to go check on the dog real quick and just make sure he doesn't need anything, and take off the sweatshirt because it's 73 degrees out here and I don't need it now that the lights are on. So give me a moment and we'll be back and I'll do the drawing. Keep in mind, you have to be here to win, and you have to be able to show me proof that you are who you say you are. And I'm going to pick that winner in just a moment. I shall return momentarily. Oh, that woke him up. I guarantee it. There we go. Okay. So now I'm a minute and 12 seconds later than I wanted to be on the giveaway part, but hey, it works out fine. So I am going to pick a winner right now. It got warm out. The second I turn these lights on, it gets warm. So, oh, Bubbles.
Hey, Bubbles. This is me licking your ear. Is that disturbing?
Please stop that. Thanks for the 20 bones. I completely misunderstood Pride Mode. Does anyone buy 14 lions? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up. We'll make this full screen. I am going to draw the winner. There are only 25 entries. You got a second still to type in hashtag wired to enter to win free coffee. To win free good coffee. No one invited you, Kat. Here we go. And we're drawing it. It is going to be Arrowhead Guys. So Arrowhead Guys, I know you're here. Let's go back here. Arrowhead Guys won. Now, question is, Arrowhead Guys, do you want to keep your prize? Because you're not eligible for the other prize. You won't be eligible to win this prize. So if you want to keep this prize, let me know, Arrowhead Guys. Email me at that email address. You've got 2 minutes starting now to, oh shit, I've won one of these damn things. I've never won one of these damn things. Well, you currently have, and you're going to get to win some really, really good coffee shipped to your door, freshly roasted from my channel sponsor, Coffee Brand Coffee. So, okay. So, Arrowhead Guys, email me. It is gunmonkey1974. Just email me with an image from you inside your actual YouTube, like logged into your YouTube, like a screenshot of it, and just email it to me with your address. And let me know if you want coffee or tea, and I will get their address to the Coffee Brand Coffee guys today. They're off this weekend. I talked with the program manager over there at Coffee Brand Coffee yesterday, and I told him I was doing the drawing today, and he said, "Okay, well, we won't be back." I let him know yesterday. He goes, "Well, let us know. We won't be back until Monday." So, does the coffee come with a little bag of sugar in it? No. So yeah, the coffee. I mean, you gotta figure they are. Oops, that's not what I wanted. They are currently sitting with like over 4,000 5-star reviews. They've got like a 4.5 or 4.7 rating across the board, and they absolutely have done a lot to support this channel. So, now I want to find this. Hang on a second. I got to connect this cord so we can actually do it. I want to show you guys the video. Let me find YouTube. Let me pull YouTube up here. I'm trying to see. Precision Knife Works. Precision Knife Works. Daniel posted up a video of him regrinding. Where'd it go? I can't. I'm trying to find his actual channel, and I don't see it. I'll tell you what I'll do. Since I can't find the actual video, and I don't know. Email sent included feet pics for free. Now, don't go anywhere, guys, because here in just a second, I'm going to announce the hashtag for the CJRB kicker that I'm giving away as well. So Arrowhead Guys is now ineligible for that. Help me remember that. And if he pops up, I'll just do a redraw. I've never had anyone pop up twice in the same feed. As I can't ever tell if it's my hat that's crooked or if it's my head. So the let's see here. I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. Let me get over here to the giveaway tool. We're gonna hang on. I'm trying. I got to bring up the giveaway tool again. Let's see here. And we're going to. This is going to be hashtag kick it. My computer is warm. I can absolutely feel the heat coming off of it. So hashtag kick it is that's the hashtag for this. I'll tell you what I did. Okay, so I have to tell you guys. So I don't know how many of you guys were there when I talked about it when I said the dog tried to kill me. Nico came down Memorial Day weekend. So Friday I did some stuff and I hung out with some friends with the wife and kid. I mean, and talked to a few friends. I didn't film or edit Friday, and I was planning on getting back to it on Tuesday, right? And on Saturday, Nico came down, and Nico and I did drink. Before we even started drinking, I did drink with Nico, by the way. We drank Victoria and I can't remember what else. I think he had Modelo. So we were drinking those, and we didn't get plastered. That's the thing. We were drinking, but we didn't get plastered. We ate some really spicy food. But anyway, I had Victoria and Modelo, and what happened was the dog spilled his water dish, and I didn't realize it. And I went to step around. We had the doors blocked off so he could have the whole living room and not come out in the kitchen. There's food and stuff he couldn't have. And on the tile floors, and I wear sandals that are flat on the bottom around the house, like slippers, like Adidas slides. And so I stepped over the little gate and stepped right in some water, and I did the full splits and bashed my knee on the tile. And I thought I had just bruised my knee really bad. It really, really hurt. And I just, for the rest of that afternoon, while Nico and his wife were hanging, I was like, I'll let the cat out if the cat winds up taking a crap here. Hang on. I'll get back to this. Hey, cat. Out. That cat was absolutely getting ready to take a leak here in the garage. So that'll help anyway. I'll let some air in. I'll just leave that part way open. So at any rate, I slip in this and I land on my right knee really hard. The one I've had surgeries on. I've had 2 surgeries on that knee. And like hitting that knee, it swells up and it hurts every time. And so I wake up the next, and it hurt all night. And I went to bed that night, and I wake up the next morning, and my knee is so swollen out so swollen up that like my sweatpants that I was wearing, it looked like somebody had shoved a softball or a volleyball down my pant leg, and I could not straighten my leg. Like it was like frozen and locked. And I was like, "Oh, this sucks." So I went to the emergency room, and while I was there, they did some X-rays. They're like, "Well, nothing's broken," but they were like, "That is a very, very swollen knee for like just to have fallen on it." And so they're running the imaging suite 24/7. There's an opening. We're going to get you in before you leave. We want you to have an MRI, and we'll call you with the results. So that was early in the morning. I was there early. I think I texted Dave when I went. And so I went, and the x-rays were fine, and they gave me some medication for it, and they iced it, and they were like, okay, you're going to use alternating heat and ice, first 24, and then after that, just use heat. And so they did the MRI, and they called me back that evening, and they're like, so they reviewed your MRI results, and you have a minor tear of your MCL. And I was like, oh, great. And so now I have to do physical therapy for the first 2 weeks, 3 times a week, and then once a week after that. But luckily, it's at my TRICARE clinic, so it doesn't cost me anything. But yeah, I wound up tearing my MCL by slipping on some water. Oh, sorry. The wife. So I like the Corona Especial, but I have to say the Victoria is better. Victoria is like the best beer. That would, like, if I'm going to drink beer, the Victoria is the way to go. The Victoria, it's a Mexican beer. It's done by Crown Imports, so you don't have to worry about it being an Anheuser-Busch product, which I will never support another Anheuser-Busch product. So I had a couple topics. that I wanted to talk to you guys about. First of all, I absolutely have a video. Like everybody's like, you didn't go to Blade Show, and I had people ask me if I wanted to go, and I was like, I'm on the fence about wanting to go to Blade Show, and I'll tell you why. Knife shows are fun, but that's exactly what I was thinking, Lemmy. That's exactly what I said. Kick it. That all I could hear was Beastie Boys started that song. And that is the hashtag to enter to win the CJRB kicker with the recoil lock, and we'll look at it here in a minute. There's absolutely a reason that I don't go to knife shows as often as I would. I mean, I like going, but I don't like going, and it's absolutely because I hate being in a crowd that big. Like even at a small knife show, it's still a big crowd. And I've seen the videos of Blade Show, and I'm like, no way. Like I saw the area like for the giveaway or for the lottery for the Shiros. I saw a video of that. It looked like a mosh pit at a concert. I'm like, no, thank you. Blade Show West, pretty big show, in my opinion. For me, I think the largest I would really want to go to for a show would be a California Custom Show. I'm perfectly fine with a small little local show. It's nowhere near as crowded. I'm not as on edge. I don't feel like I get to a point, I'm not gonna lie, that if I'm like either I've got to drink or I'm going to hurt someone. It just gets, the people are rude. They run into you. No one wears deodorant. I'm like, you could afford a ticket to a knife show. You can afford deodorant. And I never understood that joke. Like like people talk about the Comic-Cons and stuff like that. I never understood that until I went to my first knife show, and it was a bunch of people just all crushed together, and like none of them smelled good. And I'm like, you smell like a butthole. It is not in the United States. Outside of the United States, it is. Victoria and Modelo both. Do your research. Victoria and Modelo both are done by Crown Imports in the United States. Anheuser-Busch does not own them in the United States. That's why it's my option. Modelo and Victoria are both done by Crown Imports. That's because Anheuser-Busch and InBev, actually, technically, InBev Anheuser-Busch owns them overseas. So if you're buying it in Europe, yes, you're supporting Anheuser-Busch. If you're buying it in the United States, you're not. Trust me. I looked it up because I was pretty adamant about it. Ask 2A Dave. 2A Dave knows. I've looked into all of this. I'm not buying products from companies that I don't want to support anymore. Everybody's like, oh, boycotts don't work. Really? I'm going to tell you right now, boycotts absolutely work. Go look at your history when you look at the civil rights movement. See, and that is the problem, is a lot of people want to say things that they don't research. Like they'll say like, oh, this steel is just like this. Well, this company owns this, that. I'm like, it's really not that hard to find. But you could also easily just go get Yingling. Yingling, yeah, I won't. I love Harley Davidson. Love Harley Davidsons. I own 2 of them. Will never ride another Harley Davidson. They decided to partner up with Anheuser-Busch. I have been boycotting professional sports for years. At any rate, I think we're gonna bring this up real quick. This is to enter kick it. I'm sorry. Hashtag kick it, all one word, is the entry to win the CJRB kicker, which is a really cool knife. I like it. It's very sharp. It's got the recoil lock, which is hard to find these days. It's kind of a rarity these days. It's like a back-mounted access lock, but you just have to use the flipper tab as opposed to, see what I'm saying? So flipper tab and then on the back side. So that is I hear yelling. At any rate, that is what we're giving away. Hashtag kick it is what you will be winning. It is brand new in box, which is my next topic. Have you guys ever thought that knife companies are kind of wasting your money every once in a while? And I do have to say, I'm really happy with how Spyderco does this. So I have got 3 knives here that came in their own hard cases. Now, you guys have seen I have a case for all my knives. If I was to keep all of my knives, now I'm not going to get rid of these cases. I'm going to keep them. I keep them in storage. I break them out when I want. This is my PMP. This is the PMP Aries. Can you guys hear that car? Or is it just me? I can close the, if that's loud, I can close the garage door. This is the case for my PMP Aries. This is a big case for a single knife. This is the case for my Grimsmo Norseman, which is an amazing little case, and they do a really good job. Of course, my Norseman's not in it, but you got the oil, you've got this, and then all of your paperwork for like resale. If you're going to resell it, like your birth card and stuff is under here. I have a spare set of bearings that they sent me. When I ruined one set of bearings, they're like, well, I'll tell you what, we'll send you 2 sets of bearings. So I have a whole nother set of Grimsmo bearings here. As you can see, those are the actual Grimsmo bearings. They sent me an entire extra set, and I keep them in the case. And you have your original card and stuff like that, right? Which is really cool. And then they've done this where like your entire knife case thing is here. Mine has a big hole in it apparently, but you can only see through it here. But these cases, I'm just curious, like this is the case that my PMP Big Boy came in. It's like a sunglasses case, it's a semi-rigid case. And it's cool when you look at it and you're like, oh, that's cool. And you've got a couple of them. Literally at this point, I've got 3 more of these that are just out here and several more that are in the house. This is one I did purchase. This was a specific case that I purchased for my dad's Ferrum Forge NTAC, as you can see, when I bought it for him. But that starts to take up a lot of space. And even these, for a lot of us guys, we got tons of these things sitting around. Like this is a really nice one, the Oaksworks. I have to ask myself, like, how much of the money that could have went into little extra bells and whistles on the knife went into the cases? So either I paid extra for the case to get made because, I had to get this in bulk, as much as I like Eric. And these are beautiful cases that he sends his knives in. This is the one for my, yeah, it's this one. The one for my Lantra. The one that my Lantra came in. They're beautiful, beautiful cases. They're nice. They protect the knife. His are really, really well done. But the fact is, none of that is free. You paid for that. Spyderco sends you a cardboard box with a bubble. I keep the cases for my knives. My phone is ringing. My other phone is ringing, and I don't know who possibly could be calling me right now. But these are, yeah, it was. I put it back in. It was a silica. It was a little to absorb moisture. I keep it in there to keep moisture out of it. I could throw this away. The only reason I've kept it was because I like to have the cases around sometimes for videos. I guarantee that this still cost, but did not cost anywhere near as much as those other knives. So I want to remind you guys, hashtag kick it is the entry for the kicker. I would exactly see. There you go. This is, I would rather have a better knife than a box. Or, I mean, even if it's $20 off of a knife, like if you had the option, let me ask you a question. The PMP Aries came in this beautiful case. The desiccate in it, the card, and the case with the foam. Here, let me get this out of the way. With the foam cut out to fit the knife. And it's a very nice case. It has, like, if you're carrying it across country, it's got the little valve in it to allow the thing. So this is cool. But if given the option to save $20, like, look, if you want the case, the knife is $300. If you just want the knife in a bubble wrap, stuck in a cardboard box and sent to you, it's $280. I'm absolutely. Yeah, Happy Haptics, you're in. Just type in Happy Haptics, type in #kickit, and you already missed the first giveaway. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's part of the expense. But if given an option, as much as I think this is cool, I would much rather have paid $280 for a knife and saved the $20 on the packaging. You know what I mean? Like, if these companies were to offer that, one, that's going to save them a little cost. I just think it's a little bit of added expense that, while I appreciate the effort, I would pass on if given the option. Now, would I have passed on this knife just because it had a $20 extra case on it? No. And I didn't even buy the knife. This knife was a gift. Which, by the way, we should go grab that so I can talk about it as well, because it's one of my favorite knives. Okay. There's a lot of times that these knives come packaged, overly packaged, and a lot of guys just throw stuff away. Like, most of those single cases like those, they wind up sitting somewhere. Because I have several knife cases. This is an ammo can that has been converted into a knife case. I have an actual knife case. I have a whole nother one of these that is clear full. Most of they all sit like that because it takes up so much less space, and I can have them right here. Like, I have a whole other knife case here that is filled with knives and desiccate and stuff like that. And you can see I have all these knives here. If I had to try and keep them in their cases, no way. I think oh God, that's heavy. So if I'm spending over $600 on a knife, let's see here. I'm trying to read that comment. Will B says, if I'm spending more than $600 and I have no trouble playing a little bit more for a nice presentation, Hinder cases come plain white boxes with packaged peanuts. Yeah, and I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, my Norseman, would I give up the case on a Norseman? No, I would have. I paid $1,000 for that knife. I'm fucking keeping. I want that case. It's part of the allure of that. But at the $200-300 price point, if I got $300 and I could save 20, if I could save 20, I absolutely would at the $300 price point. You know what I'm saying? I keep most of mine too. Especially, like, if it's something, it's like all the stuff that has come in for now that I do giveaways. Like, I have a bunch of Kaisers and stuff I'm probably giving away. Well, I have 2 Kaisers I'm probably giving away because, as much as I like the knives, I'm not as in love with them as I am some of the other Kaisers that came. So those I kept cases for. I had thought about giving this one away, this Kaiser Comet. That's not going anywhere. I fell in love with this. This is a great knife, guys, by the way, but it has more to do with what it reminds me of. It reminds me of something that my father carried. And I'm like just emotionally attached to it now because It reminds me of my father's old muskrat slip joint that he carried. So, let's go ahead and here in like 3 minutes, I'm gonna go check on the dog again. You guys start entering into, make sure you're entered into this. There are 33 entries and 36 people here. I guarantee not everyone is here, has entered. So it's hashtag kick it to enter into giveaway. I'm gonna go check on the dog again because if he wakes up, I gotta put him out to pee. And I'm gonna grab that PMP Aries. Give me just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm not going far. Not going far at all. I find keeping the box helps if you want to sell the knife. Yeah, but here's the thing. Very rarely do I sell knives, but the fact is I did sell a few knives, and there were knives. Will B bought one of the knives that I had for sale, and I bought that knife in 2015, and I had the case, and the case, you can ask Will, the case for that knife was in as good a condition as it was the day I got it. I take care of everything I have, so this PMP Aries is absolutely a knife that, like, if they re-release this, I will let you guys know. Like, I will put a link to where these were sold if they're still available, which they aren't. Even if I don't have an affiliate, I will do that for you guys. I'm not that kind of guy. Like, the only time you guys see a video and it doesn't have a link to purchase a knife, even if it's not one of my affiliate links, it's because that knife is currently out of stock. So the case still has a dog tag on it. Yeah. I kept those the way those knives came, those cases got put in a box and got put in storage. That case for your knife, Will, wasn't even here at this house. It was at my storage unit that I still have to clean out because we're still paying for a storage. We have a small, I think it's I want to say it's 4 by 4. So it's 4 feet deep, 4 feet wide, and then like 6 or 8 feet tall. It's just full of boxes and stuff. But if this becomes available again, I will make sure I put a link up and I'll let you guys know. This thing is truly an awesome, awesome knife. All of the PMP knives have been great. Just Nate, make sure that you drop the hashtag kick it so you're entered into the giveaway. Yeah, and that's they had a blacked out version and they had this. Right now, I've put up a bunch of links to the PMP Big Boy, which you can't get now. I think it's sold out. They have a blue titanium one that I had that not my actual dog tags. The old school Ferrum Forge knives in-house came with a dog tag. And they got them black anodized and then laser etched with the year, the model, all that stuff. Not my actual dog tags. My actual dog tags are hanging up in the... I wore my dog tags from the time I was in boot camp until I left them on I left a set of dog tags. I had one replacement set of dog tags. I had a set of dog tags that I wore from the time I joined the Navy until one time I was at a chick's house, and I forget what country we're in, and I took them off and I hung them on her bedstand. And I want to say it was in Europe somewhere. I think it was England. I was on vacation with a friend of mine it had to have been England. It was either England or Ireland. And I met a chick at a bar and I went home with her and I took my dog tags off because, they're hanging off. And I hung them up on her headboard and I forgot them and didn't realize it until we had already left to go, because we went all over. So it was either in Germany, England, or Ireland. One of those 3 places, because of the 3 places me and my buddy went, because he lives in England. And he's part of the British Special Forces. He took me all around, took me around and met his mom and all this. But at any rate, we have to do the giveaway. At any rate, I had to get a replacement set of dog tags. And so that would have been about not too long before I met my wife. It was a couple years before I met my wife. So at any rate, I went and I had to get I had to order I had to get a replacement set of dog tags because I wore my dog tags 24/7. Like I never took them off until I retired. You're like, you still wear your dog tags? I'm like, yeah, it's part of the rules. Um, at any rate, I'm gonna give you guys another minute. If you haven't entered the giveaway for the CJRB kicker, brand new in box. The hashtag is hashtag kick it in caps. And I'll be sending this out. I've got to get some stuff packaged out and sent out. So I will get this out to the winner. The deal is you have to be here to win. When I say who won, you have got to acknowledge it in the comment section. And then you have to send me an email of you inside your YouTube, logged into YouTube, like a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube so that I can verify it's you. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and I'll give you guys a second or two. Let's see if it goes up. There's 36 and 36. We may have everyone entered. We're going to do the drawing in 15 seconds. Yeah, smash the like button, yo. And if you can drop a super chat, you know, I have to. Here's the thing, I don't want to harp on that, but if you can drop a super chat or join a membership, I'd appreciate it because don't forget, I eat the shipping on all these giveaways. So here we go. 36 and 36. We're going to go over here to the StreamYard. We're going to do the drawing, and the drawing winner is going to be Will B. Has won another item. Will, didn't you? You've won 2 things on my channel now. Will is one of my paying members. I know Will's here. Will, send me a DM or a text message. Actually, Will, just send me a text message. That one I guarantee. I talk to Will all the time. Will, here's the thing, guys. So the paying members, we've formed some really cool friendships. So if you guys have ever thought, does the membership really pay for it? Well, the Gilded server itself is really, really cool. So I'm in the Gilded server all the time. We've made friends. 2A Dave comes down to my house. Winston Capretti, paying member, comes by the house all the time. He's actually talking about coming down, I think, this weekend sometime. 2A Dave's probably coming down this coming weekend. Will and I talk all the time. I'm in there all the time. We have movie night and stuff like that. So if you've ever wondered if the memberships are worth it, they absolutely are. Just in giveaway stuff, just so you guys know, the last giveaway I did is I think $140 knife, and that's a giveaway I do to the paying members. You can't get into it here unless you're a paying member. But if you also want to support the channel, but you also want to support some causes, like I said, Coffee Brand Coffee, not taking a stand against anything. They're just not putting money into any activism. Like, I personally think if you want to support a company, like say a company that you like supports something you believe in, by all rights, buy that product. There are very few causes that I would like to give my money up, like involuntarily. Like if there's a product I'm buying and they're taking money that could be used to make a better product and they're putting it into something that I don't really fucking care about. Right? Like, I'm all for individuals supporting causes. I'm not into me supporting a cause just because the company that I'm purchasing something from decides they want to support a cause. I don't dig that. And that's why I like Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail. So, like, if given a choice, I'm not saying that I don't support the causes that these companies support. I'm just saying I don't want to constantly be supporting them. If I want to make a donation once and feel good about myself, it's fine. But I would prefer that they took my money and paid their employees better and made better products. So that's why I'm trying to find companies to support that are apolitical. So I'm not saying, like I'm saying, if you like, if like, say you absolutely agree with the political stuff that Starbucks is doing, that you shouldn't. I'm not saying don't support it. If you want to do that, that's fine. I just personally think that I would rather take money, support the cause itself once, and have that company make a better product. That's all I'm saying. And so that's why I partnered with these guys. And like I said, they did a giveaway. The first giveaway we did today, absolutely 100% them. They're like, hey, if you sell this certain amount of coffee, we'll do a giveaway on your channel. I was like, okay. And they did. They're like, yep, you do the giveaway. You just send us an address. So, oh, crap. Oh, that's right. I don't want to wake up the pup. So you're going to get, let's see.
Is this disturbing? Up close like this, like me whispering in your ear. Like this. Just for you, mocked clown. A little bit of whispering sweet nothings in your ear. He whispered nothing sweet in my ear. What the fuck?
Sorry, I get a little carried away. I get a little carried away occasionally. That's okay. I will tell you that. You said I absolutely do. And people think I'm joking. I absolutely do watch, like, if I'm watching Jared's videos and an ad plays, I let it play through, unless it's like a 5-minute fucking ad. Channels that I support, I do that. Because the ad blockers, like, everybody's like, well, they got rid of the ad blockers. Like, it's hard to use ad blockers on YouTube anymore. They absolutely are making that difficult. And what they're doing is they're pushing their YouTube Prime or Premium, YouTube Premium. But what they're telling, they're like, it still supports your creators. I made a whopping from YouTube Premium with all of my views, with almost 11,000 subscribers. I made a whopping $4.98 from YouTube Premium. They tell you it supports the creators because, yes, they still do pay us for that. But the fact is, if you get ad revenue, the ads add up, and then they have to pay you out for that, which is why they're demonetizing live feeds. So, but yeah, that's what I got giveaway. Got to jump into it is cold here. It is actually cold and misting, and I opened up the garage door and it dropped 4 degrees. So thank you very much, though, for the beer money. I do appreciate it. And to everybody that drops super chats. Like I said, I'd prefer you join the membership, because then I can offer you an actual benefit other than, hey, you got to see my beautiful face. No, that's not the membership. That gilded server pays for itself. People trade knives and shit in there. People are talking about stuff. There's people making friendships and deciding to meet up in an actual person. Oh, here we go. Before you guys go, because I know the giveaways are done. There's 28 of you here. The Inland Empire meetup is happening July 22nd at the Craft Lounge in Banning, California. We're going to have it set up. Nico and I are trying to figure it out. Thought I heard a dog trying to escape. We're trying to get it set up so that it's one spot where you guys go and pay, and it pays your entry to the event, the entry to the thing, and you get a certain number of drinks, and you get entered into the raffles. Hey, Daniel. I was just talking about it. There's a video on his custom EDC knives. That's what it was. I was looking up Precision Knife Works. Custom EDC knives. There's a video on his channel of him hollow grinding because this was in my pocket, the brand new Warren tax. This thing, Daniel, this thing is insane. And I'm sorry we haven't I'm sorry we haven't gotten you on the channel to talk about it, and it's kind of too late to do it today. But no, I forget. Oh, so at any rate, we're going to do it up there. There's going to be lodging available. So when we set it up, you're going to have to, like, I think what's going to happen is we're going to try and get it. What kind of drinks? It's a tap house. They have some of the best craft beer in California. Jimmy, the guy that runs the place, drives throughout the week, like on days where the lounge is closed in the mornings and things like that. He will drive all over. Can you see where the dog got me? And I got a bit of a black eye. I don't know if you guys can see it. The dog jumped up and hit me in the eye. I'm not sure if it was my dog or if it was Matt's dog, because Matt's dog Churro jumped up and hit me in the face. I didn't know if you guys had seen it. I got a black eye. At any rate, the owner will drive like 3 hours to go pick up kegs of specific beers and bring them back. And so you're going to get some of that spirit. But at any rate, we're going to try and get it figured out so that you have one spot where you get your ticket to come, which is going to have your raffle ticket included, however many drinks you get that's tied into it. And if you want lodging, it'll have that in it, and then you just pay that cost. Hopefully we get it set up so that it, like, you may have to like talk to Nico about getting reservations and stuff like that. But at any rate, that's what's going to happen. Beyond EDC is either going to be there or providing knives for giveaway. I think Russell from Artisan and CGRB is going to be there at the show, providing knives for giveaways and for sale. There'll be knives for sale from both of those companies. Elliot, I'm trying to get Elliot from Ferrum Forge Knife Works, maybe his brother Chris. They might bring some stuff up, and if not, they'll just be there. We're going to have an area where knife trade's going on. There's going to probably be food and stuff like that. So this is like an actual event. This is like an actual in-person meetup, like a little miniature knife show is what we're trying to build it as. So if you guys want, we're going to have more come up about it. Nico and I are going to talk about it hopefully today when he gets done at the show. No, today's Saturday, tomorrow. Nico is at Blade. So if you're at Blade show, go over and flack his ear for me. Just thwack his ear and say, hey, Mike said hi. Pow. No, don't do that. That's not nice. Just pat him on the head. And then ask him to sing and do this. This is what I want. I want you guys to record this. If you're at Blade show, walk up to the CJRB Artisan booth, walk up to Nico and ask him, like, film him and say, hey, can you sing the Lollipop Guild song? And then post it on Instagram and tag me in it. Yeah, Alice, I was actually going to reach out and see if you wanted to do that, because I was going to ask if you minded providing some stuff for giveaway prizes. You've been awesome about it. Like those little ones with the cue balls in them. Those are awesome. Those things are cool. I love those things, but I get it if they're expensive. I would like to see, because I'm a nerd. We'll talk about the level of nerdiness that I can get into here in a moment. I love the Dragon Ball Z ones. Those things were amazing looking. So, but yeah, that's going to happen. Nico and I will definitely start publicizing that more. I would like to see it happen where you basically just go to the Craft Lounge website and just basically do it like a reservation, and it's all there. And then if you want lodging, there'll be a spot where you click it and it takes you over to the motel that Nico has got set up. It's not Best Western. I can't think what it is. Yeah, but that's how that's going to work. And I did see, Daniel, I love this thing, Daniel. This thing is great. It is an absolute laser. If you didn't see the video yet, Daniel, absolutely, you should go watch it. I did First Day in Pockets, and I cut down, guys, no joke. I have one of the big 55-gallon blue, the event is going to be 2 hours away from my house. The whole thing was, I wanted to be as far away from my house as I could be and still have the event, because I already had a stalker once and I don't need one of you fuckers following me home. Don't need that again in my life. That was a very, very, very stressful period of my life. And it's still like, the guy is still on probation. But this thing absolutely, I filled my 55-gallon recycle bin halfway up with this knife. And I cut so much with it that like it was like absolutely like uncomfortable to touch. I'm like, that is hot. That is not like and it like for like 30 seconds, it was still perceptibly warm. It got hot, still razor sharp. All I had to do was drop it. No way, a YouTube stalker? Yeah, way. Yeah, way. Threatened to assault my child in the worst way possible. Was sending pictures of me and my daughter together walking around. Was making trips from out of state to take said pictures. It was a very stressful period of time. It's not a joke. We absolutely had to go through steps to get that taken care of. I still have a. You're about to hear a noise. My wife is about to open a garage door. But yeah, we don't like to talk about it, and that's why my wife doesn't like being on camera anymore. If you guys noticed, a lot of the stuff that we used to do that was a lot of like all of us together kind of videos kind of ended and just kind of went away. That's why. Let's see. Oh yeah, Alice is going to be at the Tennessee. Can you open the door for her? Open the garage door the rest of the way.
Oh, we thought you didn't want.
No, I just was letting some air in and the cat out.
That's why I walked under.
No.
To leave it closed.
No. It was just that, and I'm getting ready to end soon anyway. But yeah, it was this thing is really, really great. If you have not checked out precisionknifeworksusa.com to get one of these, absolutely go get one. I can't, for $300, this is probably one of the best cutting knives out. And I love elegant simplicity. And this is just beautifully simple. There's no wasted. It's like doing things in the military. I was a crew serve weapons instructor, and you talk about like doing things, economy of motion, doing as many steps in one step as possible. That's the way I look at this. It is economy of motion. You don't have anything on this knife that you don't need, but you're not lacking anything. You know what I'm saying? It winds up being beautifully simple. Are you okay, babe? Do you need me to carry that? I wouldn't advise it. Wow, that's how people end up disappearing. Well, and that's why, like, Nico knows. That's why when I'm around the house, 9 times out of 10, I've got a pew either within reach or I'm carrying it. Is there anything else to carry in? My wife's got some medical stuff going on. It causes a lot of abdominal pain. So yeah, I think if I was going to spend $300 on a knife right now, this would be where I would spend it. Would be the Warrentac. I like the prototype, and now the production model is here. I absolutely love this. And the cool thing is, this one's mine. Can you close it? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, just close it all the way. Does he ship to Canada? I don't know. Daniel's here. He can answer that question. Do he ship to Canada, Daniel? That's the question. No, I'm okay. She got her stuff in. Not a wise move. I didn't think it was either. But yeah, if no, they're here. They're here. I'm going to end here in just about another 15 minutes. I haven't got to do this in a while. Here's the thing. I don't like doing these live feeds, but the fact that I can do stuff like this and pop it up is a little bit more, and there's still 29 people here. I'm cool with it. Can you close this door, please? Or I will. You just going to go lay down? Okay. Oh, Would companies be able to sell their products at this knife meetup, for instance? Would I be able to sell it? Yes, absolutely. I was going to email you about that. I was going to talk to you about that and see if that would be something you would be interested in doing. I was going to text. I was going to text you about it. I saw my phone went off earlier, and I was like, "Oh, that reminds me. I should tell Daniel about the 22nd up at Banning." Yes, absolutely. I don't know how far you are. I know where you're at, but I don't know how far. And I do have your knife that you won for the giveaway wrapped up, and ready to go with the address that because Daniel over at Custom EDC Knives, who sent me this, won a knife. And when that knife showed up, I took the label with the return shipping address on it for this and wrapped his winnings up in it. Now, it wasn't you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. It just is what happened. It just so happened that he won the knife, but it's cool. This is in 20 CV. So
Hey, Daniel. Everybody that donates is getting me whispering sweet nothings in your ear. So nothing sweet.
Stop that. It's disturbing.
what's the steal on it? Yeah, it's 20 CV. I went to Blade Show and I'm home, so I guess I am with both sides now. Yeah, I'm the left behind. I actually was hoping that Alex Steingraber and a couple of those guys were going to sign in. I sent them links to the live feed. I guarantee I know Alex is busy. But this has been fun, even if they weren't super chat ASMR. Oh, another one. And Daniel says,
I don't ship internationally, but White Mountain Knives will be getting another batch in. They sell international.
That one was funny.
all right, enough of that silliness. That's what you get. ASMR super chats. Yeah, right? See? That's what you get. He whispered. Do you know where that comes from? It's like just it's from an old movie and it was Nothing Sweet, like nothing. If you've ever watched the original David Carradine, Sylvester Stallone, Death Race 2000, the old 70s Roger Corman horrible B-rate movie, right? The B movie. At one point, Frankenstein, who is David Carradine's character, yeah, like Kung Fu, David Carradine, walks over to the navigator for Sylvester Stallone. And he's talking to her about something, and I can't remember what it is. And she's like, but he's gonna, why are you doing? You're talking to me, he's gonna be upset. And he's just telling him I was whispering sweet nothings in your ear. And when Sylvester Stallone's character comes over and he goes, what was he talking to you about? She goes, he whispered nothing sweet in my ear. That's where that came from. It's one of my favorite movies. If you haven't seen it, you owe it to yourself to go watch the original Death Race 2000 with David Carradine, Sylvester Stallone, the guy that played the Cobra Kai sensei in the first movie. They're all in it. I think it was Sylvester Stallone's first or second movie after he did porn. And so when you go and watch it, there's a scene where David Carradine has a hand grenade. I'm not going to say anything else. You owe it to yourself to just go watch that whole movie. When I still partake of the devil's lettuce before I quit, because I have quit that as well. It was absolutely my go-to after hitting some devil's lettuce. I would watch Death Race 2000. He did porn. He did like soft porn kind of stuff. But yeah, absolutely, he did adult videos. That's how he supported himself while he was trying to make other roles. You guys didn't know that? There's a lot of things that, like, I know a lot.
I know a lot of things. Just most of them are fucking worthless.
No, oh wow. Something Something happened to my voice.
No, it was like Adam West did too. I don't know if you guys know this. Adam West did some. It was like porn-esque. Hey, oh Adrian, like you want me to put it in or something? See, you know what? I guarantee, even if I hadn't done anything else for the rest of this video, I just demonetized this live feed. That is one of the things that, like, if you throw that word in there, like the bot picks it up and it automatically demonetizes this. I should have thought about that. My other phone is just going nuts over there. So, oh God, can you imagine that Adam West though, like the original Batman? Like, can you imagine like? Sorry, got a little stomach acid come up in my mouth. Who's Martin Cove? I don't know what we're doing here, Lemmy. Martin Cove. I don't know what that is. So, Murky, how was Blade Show? I saw the picture of you with Nico together, and you guys are both about the size of a fucking Thumbelina. Oh, I was going to show you guys something, and I took them all the way upstairs. Yes, you're short. Like, if you and Nico are almost the same height, that is not normal. Like, Nico is average height for a female. Like, you are the average height for your average female. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Martin Cove. Okay. I couldn't think of what, like, I couldn't put two and two together. But yes, he's absolutely in it. And it's not Nico, Neeko. It's Nico. Nico, Nico. Nico is shorter than you by like a cunt hair. And I don't mean like a light blonde. We're talking, and I don't mean like I mean like a blonde, thin one, not like a Mediterranean Asian cunt hair, because we know those are thicker. I do anyway. Spent a lot of time in that part of the world. About 2 inches. I saw that picture. Are you okay? Like he said 2 inches. I'm going to show you the ruler that he used for that. He's judging that 2 inches by this 6-inch rule here. So this is see what the 2 inches that Murky is talking about is on the manometer scale. So the manometer 12-inch scale, obviously, this is there you go. That's the 2 inches he's talking about. So if Nico is 2 inches taller than him, it's about there, right there. That's about the 2 inches that you're talking about, which I don't think is even actually an inch. Kresk, you missed the giveaway. Damn it, Murky. This is the scale he was using. That 12-inch scale. The manometer scale. No way. Will's in Ohio. There ain't no way he's at Blade. But to complete my statement that I started earlier, if you have not seen the QSP Pangolin, this is probably one of the best $50 knives you're going to find out there. I did a short about it yesterday with a link in it. This thing is awesome. The video is going to go up soon. I was really taken aback because this one, when I opened up, when I was unboxing, I'm like, that's okay. And it was one of those ones I was like, I'll do the video. Like, I'll do first day in pockets and then maybe never touch. There's a lot of knives that you see first day in pockets and then sometimes you never see again. And it's because they just don't make an impression enough that I can say enough good things about them for the video to actually be worth it. Because I don't like to do I don't like to do bad reviews. And if I can't find, like, if there's just like, there's more bad stuff, if there's some bad stuff and then just not enough good stuff to even talk about it, like, it's just that underwhelming, then a lot of times I just don't do the video. Now, if it's bad, like that sumo, that Kershaw sumo, that was bad. I could say nothing good about that. The knife that came in that was the Steven Seagal knife was horrible. Like, and that was done tongue in cheek as fun. It was absolutely a bad knife. And so I was like, I'll do the first hand pockets. And if I'm not impressed after like the few hours that I carry it, then I'll put it on the shelf and maybe I'll carry it a few more times and then debate whether I do a final video or not. I put this in pocket for like an hour. I pulled this out of my pocket 3 times. Every time I pulled it out of my pocket and I held onto it, I was like, wow. Wow, that feels so good in hand. This is now one of my favorite knives. And it has got, a couple people have said it and I didn't pick up on it. It's got a kind of Hinderer-esque vibe to it. It kind of does. It is, this is a QSP Pangolin. It kind of has a Hinderer vibe to it. If a Hinderer was done in a fashion that it actually cut well and felt good in hand without a pocket, without a thumb or a flipper tab that was backwards that hurt your hand. I have to say, it's got a Hinderer vibe to it that at $45 is better than a Hinderer. Not at all joking. I didn't realize the Hinderer vibe that this kind of put off. And once somebody said it, I'm like, you know what, you're kind of right. It does have some of those Hinderer. It doesn't look like a Hinderer, but it has a Hinderer vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's got some of those design features, like the design cues that you would see in a Hinderer, but done in a completely different fashion. And it's really good. It is probably one of the best $50 knives that has come in a long time. And I like, had I just, this could have easily sat on the shelf for another 6-8 months. It could have, because there's 6, 12, 14, 16, 20, 30. And then I got like about 40 knives in for review right now. This could have easily sat on the shelf and keep getting pushed off to the side by other knives that came in until I was just one day, I'm like, all right, fine, I can do it. I'm glad I didn't. This is going in my pocket and then in my knife case. I'm not getting rid of this. I have got I got like a $300 QSP and 2 more that are like at the $100 range. And this one is the one I'm probably keeping. I don't know. There's another. Oh no! So to not wake the dog, we're doing super chat ASMR or AMSR, whatever the fuck that shit is. Because I'm a hillbilly and I don't actually know what it is. But get ready for your super chat ASMR.
And we're doing it like this. Thank you so much for the super chat. Do you like this voice? Is this good for you? Would you like me to lick the microphone? Well, that's too bad because I know what kind of shit is in the air out here in the studio.
That shit is disturbing.
I don't know how I feel about that, but we are going to listen to this knife in the echo chamber. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh. Ooh. Sorry. My bad. Echo chamber. Bang. I find that odd. I find that sound odd. Do you guys hear that? Is it just me? Hang on.
I like that. That sounds cool.
What else haven't we listened to in the echo chamber? Oh, guys, I have found something about some knives, and there is. Okay, so this one here. Let's bring this up. See how there's no rattle? You can hear no rattle in that, right? Now, when you hear that, now listen to it. On this one, it's got a zip sound. I know that that's the satin, but there are some knives where you almost can. It almost seems like you can hear. It's not this one. This one doesn't do it. I couldn't tell. I couldn't remember. It almost sounds like the bearings. It's like the bearings are not concentric, like the bearing race, and so there's a rattle until the knife comes into closed, and it's like there's like the bearings rattle through. This knife doesn't have it. There's some knives you can just kind of feel it. This one is because of the satin finish on the blade. You can hear you can hear it rub up over the pardon me, rub across the grind lines in the knife. It did say, yeah, it sounds like a minute hand on an old clock, on my grandfather clock. That's exactly what I was going to sound like. If you're standing next to it when that ticks over, that's what it sounds like that. But I have a few knives that do that, and I have noticed, and I'm going to check it. I'm going to change the button out. I dropped this knife, and it's happened before that I've dropped knives, and it's my own fault. In the closed position, in the open position, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me really, except that it didn't do it before. And it fell off the counter and it landed closed and then started a rattle. And I'm like, well, that's weird. So I have the extra button for this. I'm going to swap out the button. It's nothing. It's not Kaiser's fault. It was fine before. It's absolutely because I dropped it that started. And I don't know. I think what has happened is I think that I maybe slammed it and knocked a little spot in the closed position where the button touches and took some of the tension off the button. And now the button rattles. So if I change that out and that fixes it, then I'll know what it is. But mine came with the White Mountain Knives exclusives came with the black button and hardware. And all I changed was the button. I can put the original button back in it and I'll know for sure. But I just find it odd. Not that I care. That doesn't detract from the knife at all. Oh, you're asking about the leg, Aiden. It's okay. I'm just doing physical therapy. I have to do physical therapy 3 days a week for the first 2 weeks, and then 1 day a week after, just to get it, because I don't have to have surgery. It's a very minor tear in my MCL. It's just the getting the movement back into it, and they're doing the ice and the tens, which I told him, I was like, I got a tens unit at home, but I'm spending I'm spending like 30 minutes on a tens machine. And I'm like, guys, I have the same machine at the house that you're using. I can use it easily and just go the fuck home. But they're like, nope, we have to do tens and then ice. And it's the recirculating ice therapy thing. And so it's okay. I mean, it's still, I'm not gonna lie, it still hurts. And it is really, really bruised. Like that bruise is massive. And I was like, they were like, well, you have the bruise from the impact, which is not as sensitive, but then you have the bruising area from where the tear in the MCL is, and it's real sensitive. And they're like, it's going to be like that for a little bit. But yeah, bad measurements. But it's weird that it was only when the knife is rotating that you hear. It's almost like there's a low spot in the bearing race, and you can hear the the bearings like rattle over it as they go across. And that does bother me. I don't like that. And there's been some Kaisers that do have that. And it's typically not a big issue. It's just almost like there's a little gap in there. And as the bearing goes across it, it rattles in the race. It does, like, there's no blade play or anything, but that's just one of those things because it's in that range of hearing I have left that just kind of bothers me. So, but the wife and kid are back. I think the dog is up. I'm going to end this soon. If you if you guys haven't got the word, I'm doing Saturday live feeds now. This will be a thing. This is the one we're doing, like studio like this. The Monday and Wednesday ones, as long as my physical therapy does not interfere. Mondays and Wednesdays, because I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday physical therapies. I told him, I was like, look, I do a live feed between 11 and 1 on my YouTube channel. And so I've tried to get it done in the morning. So basically what it is while my kid is skating, I'll take her skating. I go to physical therapy, then I pick her up, then I come home, then I take her to school, come back from school, do the live feed. So, and then my wife picks the kid up from the live feed after she's done at work, brings her home. So, or after picks my kid up after school. My wife finishes work, she picks the kid up, and then my live feed's done. And I really am treating Mondays and Wednesdays like a day off. Spending time with my kid in the morning. And then in the evenings, we're spending time and doing stuff instead of trying to run. The thing is, what I was doing was I was doing those things. I was taking my kid to school, and then I would film, and then I would edit, and I would be running up, and I would be doing shit all the way up until time to do the live feed. And then I was basically not spending any time with my family in the evenings. So Mondays and Wednesdays are at lunchtime. And I know that's not optimal for everyone, but the fact is you can always watch it after. If you see that I did a live feed, I really appreciate the views. It absolutely helps the algorithm. Dropping likes. I can't see how many likes do we have on this. Let me see. There are 19 people here. I guarantee you we have more than 19 likes. But if you didn't drop a like, please do so before we end this. We're going to end in here in just a couple minutes. And then, like I always say, I got to a point where I was sitting here and I was running lights, and I was paying for running lights, and I was paying for software. I'm probably going to go back down to the free version of this software because I don't necessarily need it. I don't have guests as often. Cool, 41 likes. That's cool. I'm probably going to go back down because what I'm doing right now is I'm running lights and stuff like that. And I started getting frustrated with, and I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like it in myself, and I don't like it in other streamers. I got frustrated because I wasn't getting super chats, and then I turned into Dark Side Phil, and I would get frustrated that I wasn't getting super chats, and I would get upset, and then it basically would ruin the live feed, and it would put me in a bad mood, and it was not how I want to run live feeds. And so doing it from my phone just because I want to, like if there's a Wednesday and I'm like, I don't feel like doing a live feed, I'm not going to do a live feed. I had gotten to a point where I was doing the live feeds and I was getting a lot of super chats, which was cool. And then I got a lot of memberships, which was cool. But I was starting to treat it like almost like I was owed that. And I don't want to be like that. And I realized that. And so I took a step back and I kind of changed the way I do it. Because like I like to say, if you give them a chance, people will tell you who they are. And I realized that I was turning into someone I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be that YouTuber. I didn't want to be the Dark Side Phil. I didn't be the guy that threw temper tantrums because I wasn't getting donations or super chats. I didn't want to be that guy. So to eliminate that, I took that cost out. So I don't run the live feeds the way I do. It doesn't cost me anything to run those live feeds. So that's not in my head. And then I do this the way I want because this is the way I want it. And if it's a Saturday, I don't feel like doing it, I won't do it. And just taking that out of the equation has made it much more enjoyable, and hopefully, therefore, has made it much more enjoyable for you. And just Nate, that's not what I was trying to get you to do, but because you did it.
Hey, buddy. That's me here. I just wanted to tell you, thanks a lot for the money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Know what I'm saying? See you around the corner.
Because, if you do it for fun or for free, you're a slut. But if you do it for money, you're a whore. Oh, see, like this is more fun. This is when I'm more relaxed about it, more fun. And I am going to start doing stuff exclusively on Rumble. Well, when I have half a fucking minute. I have filmed things that I filmed things I wanted to film. And if people don't like them, then fuck them. I don't care. There's some videos you're going to see that are like 9-minute videos. I'm not trying to put myself like I was trying to make my channel like other people's channels. As much as I love Jared, my channel will never be Jared's channel. For me to try and follow Jared's example is going to make me make content that is not going to fit my channel, and it's not going to fit what you guys have gotten used to. So I'm not trying to like I'm not knocking Jared's channel's great. Like I love the things he's doing. I'm gonna focus more on enjoying the content I'm doing, which I did, which has led to me doing things like the what was it? Tuesday? Tuesday I filmed 6 videos. Thursday I filmed 5 videos. Yesterday I filmed 4. And it's because I enjoyed what I was doing, and so therefore the filming was more it was more fluid, it was more what I wanted, and I was trying to do the whole scripting thing, and it just doesn't work for me. There's just like Jared and I talked about, he does scripts, and I still write scripts, but I don't read the script. You know what I mean? I write it so that I've got it up here. I write it a couple times, it comes out the way I want, and I throw that paper away. To try and have my stuff fit the way Jared does it, because it works for him. It just doesn't work for me. Mike, like Stallone shooting soft porn to supplement his income, giving a whole new meaning to Rumble. Yeah. And so I still take Jared's advice on stuff. If you see, like, I've changed some of the way my thumbnails are done. I've changed the way I've worded my titles. I've changed the way the intros are all being done and things like that. So it kind of hits those little wickets, like getting people engaged in the first few seconds, maybe not doing the face-to-face intro for every video, adding things in and dropping stuff down. Am I currently out of commission for sharpening? No, as long as I can sit, I'm able to sharpen. Bella Bear 88, hello to you. But I'm just kind of changing stuff. I'm adding music, and I'm not trying to do something that's too elaborate that it makes it uncomfortable. I'm working my way into changing little things on the channel. So the quality will be better. The content will remain similar. I'm not trying to change the way I do my videos. There is a video that I have been trying so hard to film. I'll tell you guys right now, I have been trying to film this video on and off for about 5 months. And I'll film and I'll get it. I'll put it in the folder that's built for it, and I'll get ready to try and consolidate this because it's going to be a multi-part thing, and it's the history of combat knives, from the Bowie knife to the Space Force K-bar, you know, up through the years. And it's taken a lot of work. But the problem is I'll get something filmed, and then I'll film the next part, and then I'll start to consolidate them, and I'll put them together, and I won't like this part. And then I'll come back and I'll get that part filmed, and I'll realize that the first part didn't fit. And so basically what I've done is I've filmed the same 3 segments multiple times over the last few months. And so I put it aside because that project is making me fucking crazy. Because I want it to be something special. I want it to be like that really, really good video. I want that to, but the problem I'm having is if I'm not happy with it, you guys won't watch it. Like that's how I judge it. Like if I put a video and I watch this stuff and people are like, why don't you do the premieres anymore? Well, one, because people weren't watching the premieres, and then I would get frustrated at that. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. Because what happens is you put up a premiere and then no one shows up, and then you're frustrated because the whole point of the premiere is so that I'm in there chatting with you guys when you do it. And then I'm wasting that time. And by the time I watch a premiere, I know how much work I've put into it. And I've done the video and I filmed it. I filmed the segment, and then I watch the segment, and then I film the next segment, and I watch it, and then I'll either erase it or do that. And then I'll come back. And then when I do the edit, I have to put them in, and I have to watch the segments there to make sure there's no audio issues, no clipping. There's nothing that happened in transition, like bringing it into the editing software, right? Then you have to add in all your little effects, your green screen and all that, and then your cut scenes, your clips, and like the things in the middle. And you add that in, and then you have to render it, and you have to watch it after it's rendered. Because you have to make sure that there's nothing that happened in the software edit. Because sometimes you'll get weird audio artifacts, or music or audio would drop out and change and stuff like that, right? Well, then you have to save it. And then you have to watch it again to make sure that in the saving process, after it rendered and it's saved to the hard drive, that there's no issues. Because if you delete it from the editing software before you do that final step and there is an issue, you're fucked. So by the time a video premieres, I've watched it while I'm filming, after filming, after initial edit, after the audio changes and the clips, and then after render, and then after saving. Do you really think I want to watch that fucking video one more time?
No. No, I don't. As a matter of fact, there's times I get halfway through and I'm like, I don't want to fucking watch this anymore. I'm tired of seeing myself.
Hard to look at. Curious, why does this new slip joint? I have two of the same blades, so one is sharp as you dull the other. Did you get a muskrat? A muskrat is a trapper that is a slip joint that has a blade. That's what I was talking about a little bit ago when we had the comment. So muskrat has one of these on each end. It's a slip joint that has a blade that looks, I'm telling you, very, very much like this, maybe sans the swedge, right? Just that part ground out. If you have that blade is on either end, and that's exactly why. So you have two of the same knife for the same purpose. That way you don't have to stop and sharpen. My father had one. It was a little Simmons muskrat, had green, like it was called a yellow jacket muskrat. And that's exactly what it was. It was that blade, like the blade that's on this Mumco Comet on both ends. Z and Z and Z. That's the proper way to say that. I just got a notification that my mouse battery is dead. So turn that off. I'll have to do that. Alice, just shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM. You know, I'm not saying like you don't have to send that stuff for the what do you want to call it? For the meetup. I'm getting tired. I didn't sleep well last night either. My mom's pretty sick. So like if you want to send that stuff, that's fine. If you want me and Nico to sell those items as opposed to have them be giveaway items, let me know and we'll get that figured out. Oh my goodness. Technically, back in the day, it was a hunting / skinning knife. So you had two edges to use if one went dull while skinning squirrels or something. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And so, and like I said, the muskrat had two blades almost identical to this. They were very thin. That is a great knife. You haven't ever seen a little slip joint muskrat. So, shoulder hurts. So 20 people here. We get 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Anybody have any questions about like any of the videos we've seen recently? Oh, here's something else that's happened. I went through comments on some old videos that I remembered were there. I was like, yeah, you know what? I had some comments that came up on some of my old videos that people asked, like, is there a perfect knife lock? And is a $1,000 knife still worth it today with so many, like somebody messages like, with so many good budget knives out today, is a $1,000 knife still worth it? So I did a whole video about that. I talked about the merits and things like that. The things that are good about a $1,000 knife, things that are good about a budget knife. The reasons why a $1,000 knife might be something you're looking for, but is it absolutely necessary? For me, I wouldn't do it again, but I have a Grimsmo Norseman, and I absolutely believe that I would, if I didn't have it, I would still purchase it. If I hadn't already bought it now, even with all the good knives that are out there today, the budget knives, I would still buy that $1,000 knife. So there's that one. And then there was a question of the perfect knife lock. And I can tell you right now, there is no perfect knife lock because the fact is each one of them has some issues. And so I go into the different issues of the different knife lock styles because I've got a lot of different crazy knives here. The only one I didn't do is a compression lock because it's boxed up for Robert. The only one I have that's compression lock. is boxed up for Robert, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get that stuff to him. I feel really bad that he has not gotten his package yet. I shipped it off once, and apparently I screwed something up on the customs forms, so it came right back to me. So I have to redo all the customs forms to get those knives. Robert won $600 worth of knives on my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and I just have not gotten them to him yet. Would I want to review a throwing sword? No, that doesn't even sound remotely cool. Plus, you sent me a knife that gets its own video of the time that I really think fucking Cold Steel missed the bus. Will sent me a knife. I had a knife. We always talk about that knife that you wish, the knife that you got rid of that you wish you hadn't, but you're not going to replace it. Like I had a knife and I got rid of it and I kind of regret it. Like that. We talk about that occasionally on the channel. And I had said that the Cold Steel Double Agent 2. Well, he got me a Double Agent 1, which is the recurve, karambit looking one. And I immediately remembered why. The second I got it in hand, I'm like, oh, that's right. That's why I got rid of the fucking one I had, because it's not good. And so I was like, I have this one now. And now I remember why I got rid of the original one. And so I did a whole video about that time that I really think fucking Cold Steel missed the bus, even though they have done more amazing knives. At this point, Cold Steel has done more good knives than any company. I'm going to go out there and say that. Like knives, like I bag on Cold Steel because they're kind of like that mid-range production, and some of their quality control has slipped off, and the over-the-top marketing was kind of problematic for a lot of people. But the fact is, when you look at how many good knives Cold Steel put out there, like they hit so many home runs. But when you take that many at bats, eventually you're going to tip one foul on, down the third base line. You know what I'm saying? Like every once in a while, that you're gonna fucking knock it foul off third base, and that's fine. I just think that this one was really this was like up and over the backstop kind of foul ball. So it's pretty bad. So like if there was a company to say that they hit so many home runs, like if you were to base it off home runs, Cold Steel would be the Babe Ruth of the knife world. Like they really would. Like they've had some foul tips, and then they had some non-starters, some strikeouts, like the ranch hand. You guys remember the ranch hand? Probably not. It was a slip joint that they made for like a day. I wanted to get one for my dad. And Bella Bear, hard to argue against that. Sorry. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they had a knife. They had a little slip joint. I think it was called the ranch hand. But it was a slip joint that they did, and they were in a catalog, and I went several times to try and order it, and they were out of stock and discontinued. Like from the time I got the catalog, the day I got the catalog, I got one of the Lynn Thompson Special Projects Cold Steel catalogs, right? I opened it up, I saw that, and I was like, I'm getting one of these for my dad, and I'm getting one for me. And like I had just got the catalog, and I'm like, I want to call because I want to use my credit card. And this was back in the day when internet shopping was. I was like, I want to call and order one. And so I called, and they're like, yeah, we don't have that. Let me see if I can find it. Cold Steel. No, I said I was going to end this. It was the Stockman folding knife. It was the Cold Steel Stockman folding knife. That's what it was. Oh, they brought it back. Did they bring it back? Is this in stock? Are you serious? It's back in stock. They brought it back. So hang on. I'm going to share this page with you. It is a Stockman folding knife. And they had a Stockman and then something else. This is what I was talking about. This is the Cold Steel Stockman. I wanted to get one for me and one for my dad because Cold Steel was making amazing knives. And they started making these, and I wanted to get one for my dad and myself because they had removable bolsters and stuff like that, so you could clean them and polish them, and they were a good looking knife. I wanted to get one of these. These were a very, very good looking knife, and they've brought them back. They renamed it. It was called something else. But I was going to order one, and they absolutely told me, I was like, oh, they're out of stock. And I was like, what do you mean they're out of stock? I was like, I just got the catalog. And I was like, well, when are they going to be restocked? And they're like, yeah, they've been discontinued. And I'm like, I just got the fucking catalog. It's the first catalog it was in. Like, that's why I was flipping through the catalog. And I see it. And I'm like, what the fuck? How is it discontinued? And they're like, it was a non-starter. What? Well, they brought it back.
Winston, here's your super chat, Asmer. Why does it sound like I'm shitting? I'll call you back on Thursday. Plop.
Are you shitting your pants? Just got out of the gym, crap, going a beer. A little bit longer in a live feed. No, I don't have any beer here. I'll have to go get some. And I'm navigating that political minefield of buying beer because I honestly am going to tell you I don't agree with most of what's going on in the world. I try not to, like, if you support it, it's fine. You're welcome to your choice. That's where I differ from a lot of people. My melting point is not like gold melts at like 1600 degrees, tungsten at like 3600 degrees, and most millennials at the temperature of an opposing opinion. I don't care if you have an opinion. Like, it's fine. If you want to support what's going on in a culture war and all this stuff with like Bud Light and stuff like that, by all means, support it. That's fine. That's part of being in a free society. But I'm just going to choose not to pay for shit that I don't support anymore. And that's why, like I said, that's why I have the Coffee Brand Coffee and Tempered Trail. They're not supporting any causes I don't agree with. They're both apolitical companies. They offer good products at a reasonable price. And so I am very careful about what products I'm buying. So the problem is, if you guys know this, Anheuser-Busch owns a good chunk of most of the volume of consumer alcohol beverages that you're going to have. And so I'm real picky these days. So, Mike, I'd say buy local beer, but you are probably still screwed with the vote. That's the thing. There's a lot of companies out here that absolutely still do. And a lot of the companies out here are absolutely like, we don't have the money to, like, there's a lot of companies that are like, well, you're not supporting this. It's like, motherfucker, we don't support anything. We can barely support ourselves. That's what I want companies to do. I want them to support themselves and pay their employees properly and say, fuck it. If you have consumers that want to donate to a cause, offer them an option to do it on their own. Don't force the consumer's hand into purchasing activism. I just don't agree with that. I stopped using all Gillette products. Can you tell? I absolutely used to support. This is how far it went. So I don't know if you guys know this. The Art of Shaving is owned by Gillette. In case you didn't know that, Art of Shaving is owned by Gillette. So when you buy an Art of Shaving product, you're actually buying a product made by the Gillette company. Their soaps, their razors, all that stuff. It's like the boutique level stuff from Gillette. Well, when Gillette did the ad, every Art of Shaving in San Diego had my business cards for sharpening straight razors. And I went to the district manager, who was a friend of mine, and I said, Anthony, I want all my cards back. He's like, why? I was like, I don't agree with the Gillette ad. And he's like, yeah, but we're at the Art of Shaving. And I was like, yes, but you're owned and operated by Gillette. And he goes, well, that's true. I was like, I want my cards back. I'm not going to provide my service to a company that I don't agree with what they're doing. because I don't agree with that politically. And that's everybody's like, boycotts don't work. Boycotts don't work. Go study your history and look at the civil rights movement and tell me that the boycotts of the bus companies didn't work. Fucking work. That's all I got to say on that. I'm going to end this, guys. It's been 2 hours and 7 minutes. Thanks for hanging out. I love you all. Thanks for super chats, guys. On an outside note, you haven't heard this in the echo chamber, so we're going to listen to this in the echo chamber on our way out. This is the PMP Aries.
Guys, take care of yourselves. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't do stupid things. I love you, and I'll see you later. Oh, I forgot something. I owe you something. You haven't had it in a while. Oh, I almost forgot.
They call me Cuba Pete. I'm the king of a rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Yeah.
I forgot to give you guys Dancing Cat.
Hadn't had Dancing Cat in a while. I apologize. I forgot. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget, I'll be doing lunchtime live feeds. Probably. As long as I can keep my physical therapy scheduled for the morning, I will be doing live feeds at 11 on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then at noon on Saturdays. I'll see you guys later. Bye.